got in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me, firing me. Yeah, you're firing me, firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can I get you out of my hand?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Point of View. I am Bobby Munson, here to join you for the show where you can drive the topics. Let me know about what you want to talk about. But in the meantime and in between time, I am watching the Manchester Derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City. We are already 20 minutes into the first half. Manchester United, 1-0 so far through a goal from Marcus Rashford, but the build-up play leading into it, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So right now we do got the moves as I'm bringing you another edition of this fine show and saying good morning to my good buddy here. It's Andre C., co-host of Marvel Talk and the Japanese Wrestling Update right here on the channel, and also who joined myself and Papa Smokes for Thursday night's Ring Respect Radio, where we did the Intimidation game watch along. Andre, how are you doing? And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's what I've got going on. It is football day, my type of football anyway. And it's my team, Manchester United. It's the Manchester Derby versus Manchester City. We have had a lot of struggles over the last at least a decade, back and forth. It just, it wrecks me as a fan, but there's been glimmers of hope. And today, so far, that glimmer is there. We are currently one up on Manchester City, who, have been dominating the Premier League for some time now. So just woke up. Yeah, I guess you'd be an hour behind, man. Oh, yeah. I bet you're just enjoying this lovely snowish weather as well, too, in your neck of the woods here. Us who live in central Canada at the moment are going through a winter storm blizzard of hell. There is snow. I'm a tall dude, and there's snow up to my knees right now in some of the areas from just yesterday's snowfall that hasn't stopped. It's been consistently going on since yesterday, and good God, is it bad? Like, I feel I'm going to have to go out there and give the shoveling a go, even though I know it's only going to snow more and bring more in. Because I know the longer I leave it, the harder that is going to be to shovel when the snow finally stops, because this has been one hell of a storm. Andre, I watched the first F1 race of the season yesterday. Sweet, dude. I haven't really done a whole lot. I'm not a car guy, so I guess that doesn't help. But that's something you should be, if you're into that kind of thing, like consider doing some, even like just a quick 5-10 minute pre-recorded review or something like that, brother. That's something that I'm sure people would love to hear. So it's a great opportunity there for you. But yeah, very excited about the way the game's going so far. I was prepared for total heartbreak, not gonna lie. It's why on the if you go to the YouTube thumbnail of today's picture, it is a picture of me crying, because I was preparing myself for a grown man crying on Scream Fest here this morning. So yeah, what can I say? I don't have the utmost faith in my team these days. It's hot and cold. It's hot and cold. Every once in a while, we pull out these miracles against the teams that are doing better than us. But man, just atrocious. I have to shovel today. Snow stopped here overnight. Okay, so maybe there's a glimmer of hope that it will stop here eventually. But it's been nuts, man. I'm just gonna even take a look at what it's currently saying here. We still have the winter storm warning in effect. Snow and blowing snow with wind chill hitting minus 26 at the moment. And as far as I can tell, the snow is going to go all through the evening and into sometime tomorrow as I look at the forecast currently. So I guess it's probably just gotten past you guys then, and this is going to be the way for us. It'll start clearing tomorrow is my guess. But you can't get anywhere. Like the streets are a mess. The driveways are currently a mess. Everything. It's I can't get any traction. I tried this morning, just drove straight back into my parking spot. Like, nope, this ain't happening. So who knows? Who knows? We put up with some crazy times here, wintertime in Canada, of course. You know, as tough as it is, and as much as I don't like dealing with snow and cold, it's still not as bad as, when you hear about some of our friends hunkering down for, crazy storms and stuff like that, hurricanes, typhoons, all these tropical storms that can happen around the world. Like, no, thank you. I mean, we really don't get a whole lot of too terribly bad here in our area of Canada outside of these crazy snow times. But we're Canadian. We put on the winter clothing and we just move right along because that's what we do. We're accustomed to it. 26 minutes in, we are still sitting at 1-0 in favor of Manchester United, but Manchester City currently in the attacking half. Manchester United block it, put it out for a throw-in. City's going to have the opportunity to try to set something up here for themselves. Back into play now. Manchester City, they've decided to go backwards, but they're using that as an opportunity to set themselves up to go forward. But United on top of it. Foul ball called, and going to restart. Back in City's favor. Yeah, just started a little bit early today, of course. It's currently now right on top of the hour. Just thought I'm watching the game. I'm ready to go. Might as well kick off a little bit early here on Point of View. I know that some people will be just kind of settling in now, used to the regular start time, but I wanted to get rocking and rolling with it today, seeing as, we were already 1-0 up. And, yeah, why not get things going on this bitter cold, wintry March Sunday morning, afternoon, whichever. Stupid smarch weather. It's so cold out that even the cats here are just going to be nice cuddle. Have a sleep. It's a lazy cat type afternoon today. And they keep going back to playing the replay on the goal, though. That's how beautiful it was. I remember, whether you're following along on our local establishment or over at Video Bro, Bobby Munson, follow, subscribes are always welcome and encouraged. And in fact, over on the Twitch side, subscribes will get you past those pesky ads. Got to pay the bills. But if you can help us out with that, you can get past the ads and make sure that you're tuned in to all the full content here at our local establishment. So far, statistically, Manchester United looking like they've had everything that back in their own half here. It's like City really pressing to try to get a goal. United, luckily enough, has been able to keep them at bay. Nothing breaking through for City at the moment. But again, City is such a dangerous team, a dangerous striking team, well performing, and yeah, just conquering Europe at the moment. So United, they've really got to be careful because they don't want to sit back on this. Like, they've got one up on them, sitting back and waiting for City to continue to pummel them like this. It's only going to take one oversight, one little mistake, and City can turn this game right back around. And there's still a lot of game to go. We're only 30 minutes into the first half of this damn thing. So watch out. United really got to turn up the heat a little bit. One goal is never enough to make it a for sure thing. So ball back into play now. Manchester United with possession of it, looking for the pass back. Really passing it back, really going back into our own half, but now a long pass forward finds its target. Now we're back out onto the right wing. Delow over to Rashford. And out of play. I believe that's United throw-in. Let's take a look at the current table here. So for those of you unfamiliar with the English Premier League table, I'm going to take a look statistically at where things stand. Currently, as it stands here, and again, games to be played and everything here today, this would be favorable to Manchester United, bringing them within a few points of Tottenham from sixth place, hoping to catch fifth place and then work their way into the top four. Now, the top four in the English Premier League are guaranteed spots in the Champions League. And Man United's already been booted from this year's Champions League, so they really need to do is get into the fourth or third. I mean, third is going to be an even bigger stretch. Fourth is still within reach for United, but they're going to have to play strong for the whole second half of this season if they want to secure Champions League football for next season. Because again, Villa is having a remarkable season themselves. You still got Arsenal playing strong, Manchester City, Liverpool, who have been coming out and looking to, hopefully secure a Premier League victory and trophy as Jurgen Klopp sees his last year as manager of the club. So a lot of interesting stuff here with the league at the moment and see where it goes. Another foul played. Lindelof keeps dragging his opponents down a little too much today. Nothing that's caused a yellow card, though. So, I mean, he's a defender. He's doing his damn job. But Man City now in the attacking half again, coming in, trying to look for that shot. 2 shots taken. Onana keeps it out of play. It's going to be a corner kick for Manchester City. But we got to watch out. That was close again. Onana, nice stop, though. Really had to stretch to the left side of the posts to get that one out of play. City takes the corner, doesn't really find the target like they wanted it to. They still have possession, though, going back towards their half. Now send it all the way back into their half, back to their keeper, who's now going to look to control the game, get this back out to where they want it. City now in the Manchester United half of the pitch, centrally, looking to make that connecting play now. A little bit of a pass back here. And been a scary game, that's for sure, because again, you get hopeful that your team has that chance. 34 minutes in, it's still a long way to play in order to keep that as a victory. So Nana clears it out. But United can't hold on to possession long enough. Now back into City's possession, and they're going to control the game. This is where it has been difficult so far because every time Man United's really just looking to play the counterattack. So they're looking for Onana to play that long ball out, find his target like he did the first time with the first goal. Find the target, get something in, score a goal. It worked once. Could it work again? Maybe. But it's a lot to rely on to only counter attack. Otherwise, you're inviting pressure from a team very capable of scoring goals like nobody's business. So I don't know whether it's United are doing this intentionally or not, but it's not necessarily something that I would recommend that they do against a team of this caliber. This is something that lower level teams with almost nothing left to lose do against a team of this caliber. Try to catch them out and then defend like hell, hoping that they can pull it off. And it's kind of I don't want to say a desperate move, but it's kind of a tactic utilized when you know the power and ability of the other team and you look to frustrate them. That's what you look to do. Problem is United's not going to frustrate City by trying to play that kind of game. And United's defense isn't strong enough to play that kind of game. A lot of lower level Premier League teams tend to have a very cohesive, strong defensive line that can do this type of stuff. I don't really trust United's players to pull this off for another 60, 70 minutes of gameplay throughout the day here. Like, they really have to ignite some possession and start to look to make some plays and passes. Why do they call him Manu for what? This is kind of bogus. Unless somebody else was called on that, because I don't see Manu having. Oh no, United get a free kick. What's that about? That was weird because we had possession, so I don't know that anything had to be really called there. A lot of frustration on both sides of the fence here. Even Holland looking a little frustrated that he hasn't been able to make that breakthrough so far on United. I mean, let's go, boys. Come on, Manchester United. Let's do it. And look at that. City has had 14 shots to United's 2, 3 on target. Man United's only have 1 on target. That would be the goal. Touches in the opponent's box, 29 for City, 3 for United. Possession is 72% in favor of Manchester City right now. Those aren't great stats in United's way at all. Like, it's a dangerous, dangerous game we're playing. And I know that the calendar you would have seen at the beginning of the show. I'm going to play it a little bit later for you guys too. But something that didn't get onto the calendar that needs to be mentioned is that Ed Fries is going to be doing a whole bunch of WWE 2K24 streaming on our local establishment coming up this week. So make sure you're tuning in anytime that Ed is live and supporting him and supporting his personal channel as well. All right, we are still 1-0 on this game at the moment. Again, Manchester City just absolutely dominating the pressure, dominating possession. Still in the attacking half here for City. And see, again, there's where the danger lies. Nice cross like that could have been picked up a little bit better, and away they'd been. We would have been tied. I put it this way: the way we've been playing, United don't deserve to be leading. I'm not complaining that we're leading. We just don't necessarily deserve to be leading, is the biggest issue. Throw in being taken by Manchester City in the United half. And City just controlling the absolute hell out of this thing. Here we go again. And just dancing around with it in our half. No challenge at all. So Man City have made 177 passes in the final third to Manchester United's 22. This just hurts. I mean, granted, again, happy to take a win, even if it is by, any means necessary here. But just, wow, we are a team in shambles. We are struggling. We are barely holding on. We really need something to spark United back into what they once were. I mean, again, Delo making a nice little run there, but nobody had the confidence that it was going to go anywhere. So nobody from United followed through, was there to pick up on anything, nothing to support and help. And now we're straight back into United's half, begging to keep this ball out of the back of our net. Again, pass from City. It's all it is. We get it. We fumble it. Back to City. Like, it just throw us a bone here already. Like, string something together, boys, that matters. There it is. Could control it. Don't control it. Let City have it. No challenge. Just let them have it. And Manu down. Well, we're going to have another young player injured. I don't know what the deal is. Like, why is it that all these United players, like, are United players that fragile, or is it something in the drinking water there, or I don't know what's going on, but injury after injury, silly injuries too. It was just a little tweak. I think he's fine at the moment anyway. He's going to carry on, but Jesus, watch out. Can't afford to lose any more players right now. It's already bad enough we got Hoyland on the bench at the moment. Oh, how did that not go in? Oh, we are so fortunate. How did City screw that up? Wow. I gotta watch this replay. Beautiful header. There's the ball to tip in, and it was that Holland just completely blows it over the top rope. Yep. He just had to tink it down. It was right there. Open net right there. All he had to do, even just lift the foot and karate kick that shit right in the back of the net. He goes and lifts the foot in a way that he's just going to lift the ball and just straight over the net. He tried to be way too fancy with it. I mean, damn, just throw your fucking body at it at that point. Like, why would you do something so silly like that? Not that I care. Again, you're not. That's in favor of United that you did a dipshit move like that. But wow. All right, ball's back into play now. Manchester City with possession, and can they do anything with it? United just had another opportunity, but we didn't bury it. If we would have buried it, that would have been great. Going 2 up into the second half of this game would be sweet. We got 3 minutes of stoppage time as we're coming to the end of the very first half here. And as soon as we get to half, I'm going to take just a short 2-minute break and be right back here with you on Point of View. Just going to grab some water or a bubbly or something here. It's starting to get a little bit dry as the game goes on. Ball's back out, back to City in possession. Ball sent over. Manchester United City player completely unmarked on the other side. And again, ball after ball after ball in City's favor. Varane knocks it out of play. City's going to get another corner kick. Pressure's still on. They just haven't managed to sink it. Another 30 seconds left before the referee stoppage for the first half. Put a challenge in, boys. There we go. No, back to City. Pep Guardiola is very, very animated on the sidelines here. I don't know what he's worked up about or what's giving him a little kick. I mean, obviously, he's definitely a little upset about the current situation of his team being 1-0 down going into the second half. Onana snatches that one right out of the sky and sees out the very first half. Onana probably the hero of the first half of the game so far. And, if you would have heard me on one of these watch alongs previously in the year, you would have heard me at many times saying that Onana was not the right guy at all and that we had maybe made a mistake, but he's starting to come into his all. He's really shining here today. Let's see how the second half plays out. I'm just going to go grab a quick drink. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, here we are. I am back with you on Point of View. I am Bobby Munson. It is halftime in the Manchester Derby, 1-0 Manchester United so far. Analysis of the first half is what I'm going to give you here. You could be listening to the experts, but you come here and you'll listen to me. So, analysis of the first half. So, Manchester United, the goal we got was spectacular. The counter-attack, the play from Onana that went out, the setup for Marcus Rashford and Marcus Rashford's finish. All beautiful. Well-deserved. You can't take that away from them. The rest of the game, as far as United are concerned, has been dismal, atrocious, and fortunate. Very, very fortunate. Again, I wonder, are they just being that outplayed, or are they trying to sit back and hope that they can continue to frustrate City enough to hold on to a 1-goal game, which I have said it while we were watching earlier. It is a dangerous tactic to do, a tactic that works sometimes for struggling teams that are looking to frustrate the guys at the top. You know, every once in a while, I can understand that tactic being utilized, but in the position that Manchester United's currently in, and the quality of their current defensive lineup, I don't foresee this being a good idea. Now, again, it could simply be that City is just that much outplaying United in the very first half of the game, and that's why this conversation is even being had. City has been on point with their, with most of their defending, with their ball control, with their passing, all of this kind of stuff. City has been very on point. Where they're not on point is their finishing. They have had multiple opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, and they have failed miserably at it. And that is their downfall has been today. If it weren't for those horrible mistakes from City, and if they were firing on all cylinders up front right now, this would be a totally different conversation. The City would probably be 3-4 goals up. I don't doubt that for a second. Where does it have to go in the second half? United, if they want to win, they not only need to go out and put some of the pressure on City, they need to gain some confidence. They seem like they're lacking confidence. They're unsure of themselves. They really don't exactly know what they want to do or what their plan is. They see, if there even is a plan, that's the problem. It doesn't seem like there's much of a plan from United. They need to get their heads in this. They need to collectively come up with a plan, and they need to find a way through this almost perfect Manchester City team and get at least another goal before they start even considering the idea of defending. We're talking another 45 minutes plus referee stoppage time. There's a long time not only for City to get a goal to tie this thing, but to get goals in order to win this thing. So again, this sitting back on it is not going to work. United need to come out, and they need to come out strong and really put something together, because right now they don't look like much of a team going into the second half. And God forbid they start getting tired. It's not like United are sitting on some showstoppers on the bench in order to turn this thing around, in a sense. Like, it's not the same way as it is for City. City have got players on the bench that could come on and they're going to change a lot. United, not as much. They're not game changers, especially when things start crumbling and falling to pieces. So we really need to see some strong strength from Manchester United going into it, but I don't know if we will for sure or not. But either way, interested to see how this all pans out. Just, recapping the goal right now, going back, they're doing analysis of it here on the halftime talk. Again, that finish from Rashford was absolutely delightful. I mean, that is what Rashford looked like when he was scoring goals last season. That's the Rashford we know. So I know that he's had some complications this season. People have been very critical of Marcus Rashford. Whatever it is that's troubling him, there's still a fantastic player in there. Like, it doesn't matter what you say. the kid has got all the skill in the world. That we know that. Just sometimes something's not clicking. We don't know what's necessarily happened or going on mentally where he's at. I'm sure playing for a team like Manchester United has some complications as being a young person. I can imagine the kind of pressure that it would put on most playing a team of that size, especially when you're playing for them in a time where, they've been hot and cold and been looking to find that magic of what they once were under Sir Alex Ferguson. So, until they can find that again, there is a real confidence issue that is lacking at United. Can see we keep getting the occasional stop in here as the numbers go up and go straight back out. I believe that people might be believing that I've got the game physically on here on the stream, but I'll let you know that is not what this is all about. This is a watch along, me to get some insight. I am a former coach and player myself, as well as I've done refereeing as well too. So I just want to let you all know, while I don't have the game on in here, get your game on and join me, and we can discuss. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on the game so far, what you'd like to see in the second half, or if you have any other topics that you want to talk about. Remember that this is a variety podcast that you can bring up just about anything when it comes to the world of pop culture, movies, games, television, music, whatever it is. I've got you cased. Let me know what you want to talk about here today. I'm not too sure how long it is before kickoff, but we are rocking and rolling here on Point of View. Lots of great stuff coming up. Speaking of that great stuff, we've got, of course, WWE 2K24 dropping. So Ed Fry is going to be bringing you a lot of WWE 2K24 content here on the channel this week. But what else do we got? Here you go. Here's this week's calendar.
I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You're firing me. Yeah, you're firing me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. Whoa. I can see, I can hear, going crazy for the light. It's got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Can get you out of my hand again.
And that's what we got coming up over at OLE Podcast. Yes, as you saw Thursday night, Video Bros, Ring Respect Radio, we're doing another trip through the territories. I'm going to be talking about Stampede Wrestling and the Hart family, Stu Hart in particular, along with his family, that great Stampede Wrestling in the Calgary territory. We're also going to be having a special guest on the show. We are going to be having Rachel Ling joining us for the first portion of Ring Respect Radio this coming Thursday night. For those who don't know, Rachel has been documenting with pictures professional wrestling on the Prairie Provinces here now for quite a few decades, has got a massive catalog of not only stories, but pictures that she has taken. She's done a lot of the photography for Prairie Pro Wrestling as well, too, but she's going to be talking stories of the Hart family, of the Calgary territory and everything like that, where she will have a lot of knowledge and a lot to speak on. So be joining us there Thursday night for that wonderful guest that we have got coming on. Oh, it's drink time. There we go. Imagine we are probably at least a few more minutes away from the kickoff of the second half. And as far as I know, it hasn't stopped snowing here up in Canada. It's March and it continues on with winter blizzards. The crazy part is we didn't have hardly a drop of snow on Christmas this year. or well, Christmas 2023. But yeah, hardly anything. And yet now all of a sudden we're knee deep in it. It's massive. Vehicles are getting stuck. It's cold as hell. What you gonna do? I don't know. I know what I'm gonna do. I bought a new snowblower toy. I'm gonna get out there later today and play around with my new toy. I'm sure of that. It's still not gonna allow me to get anywhere though, because the roads, the alleys, everything, it's all just mess. Problem is too is then it's like it's created a lot of ice too. So the second they start scraping it, they're gonna scrape down to ice, and then you're just gonna be. What we got here? Snow showers. Yeah, still out there. It's snow showering, snow showering, snow showering. It's all through the night. Snow shower, snow shower, snow shower, snow shower. It ain't gonna quit till sometime tomorrow. But on the plus side, they're calling for a high of +1 next Saturday. But we have got some bitter cold coming up at the start of the week here. Of course, tomorrow with low of -30, low of -28 on Tuesday, low of -25 on Wednesday. Thursday, when it starts to get a little better, but still a low of -16, low of -12 on Friday. Still a low of -7 on Saturday, but a high of +1 is looking a little nicer, as we would like to get this stuff gone eventually. I want some sunshine. I want to get out and do some walking and enjoying the nice fresh air. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to being able to go to the lake this summer and all those wonderful things that you do with your summertime. We've had enough of the snow. We've had enough of the cold. Get it gone. All right. Now they're just showing some of the moments from the first half again. I'm pretty sure that means we should be kicking off any moment here. It's usually kind of the lead into the second half. And I got to say, right now, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter which side. Andre Onana, currently probably the player of the match. The Manchester United's keeper that took on all the criticisms at the start of the season might be finally starting to find his feet. And that showing here today is a shot of Pep Guardiola, who is not used to being in this kind of position, seeing his Manchester City down to Manchester United, especially when they had such possession of the game in the first half. I'm sure he's given a bit of that pep talk. Yeah, pep talk. See what I did there? Pep Guardiola. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that he's been talking to the players, getting in their heads. Look, it's that closing down. It's the closing. That's what they're missing. They need to close it down. But Pep looks like a broken man at the moment there too. He's not often you see him with that level of frustration, especially when playing against Manchester United in the last few years. Kickoff is right now. We're heading into the second half of this game, the Manchester Derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City. The current score, 1-0 in favor of Manchester United. As the ball back to Andre Onana sends it out far into the Manchester City half, but that doesn't go very far. We have a City player down. I don't really know what happened to him. Maybe he's just taking a nap, holding his head and kind of just laying around there. Oh, no. Is he going to pull one of these? Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'll get up eventually. Maybe had you not climbed on McTominay's back then, my man, you wouldn't be in this position. City in possession of the ball here, but United looking to close down, hopefully. Trying to, at least. A little bit more effort on their part. I mean, if they tried to conserve energy for the second half and that's how they're going to play it, but I mean, good for them. Still was dangerous to, hope that City wouldn't score again and bring this to a tie in the first half, but City now in possession of the ball again. I feel like I'm broken record saying that today. Pass after pass after pass. There it is. Pass connects. Pass connects. They play the slow game, but they're effective in their passing. Their passing game is almost untouchable. If only United could play with that kind of confidence. That's what we're missing. We're missing that possession game, that confidence in our passing. Have we got people who can score goals? Yes. Yes, we do. Are we confident in what they're doing right now? Not so much, because again, without the service, we're not going to get the goals. And again, Rashford scored from outside the box, so it's not so much we need the service in terms of, crosses into the box or anything like that. We just need some clean, crisp passes to the right players who can get a shot off and score goals. It was very much proven here in the first half, and City are looking to prove it themselves. Again, that's all it is. Pass after pass. City continues to control this game, do whatever they want with it, apparently, other than scoring. But are we only one touch away from seeing this game turn into a tie? 48 minutes in, and already we're looking nervous. Nothing has changed about the United gameplay so far. City now making a bit of a break into the United box. Shot taken, blocked, but even with the ball popped up into the air, what happens? We watch it, we let City have it. Wide open player in the attacking half. City again, still control, pass, right into the top of the box now. They're just looking for United to make that mistake, and that was just about it. Once again, Onana with a deflection. And we put it out for a throw-in our half instead of trying to clear it as much as possible. Yikes. But beautiful from Onana. All right, City out wide now with it. Again, trying to come into the box. In with the cross in. Doesn't manage to connect properly, and it's sent out for a goal kick. And again, that's where City's problems continue to happen, is that closing it down. It hasn't happened for them yet. The only advantage for them is they continue to have nothing but time, possession, and opportunity, because United have not done anything to close them down quick enough. We need a little bit more pep in our step, Manchester United. And again, ball played out, ball to a Manchester City player. We got possession back, but we really aren't going to do anything with it. It's with our defender. He hoofs it up the pitch, and it goes out for a throw-in. Like, that is our problem right there. Oh, I got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. Send it wherever. Better than nothing, I guess. Now City have possession again. And this is mind-boggling. This is mind-boggling to watch because as a fan, I need them to win, and I'm happy that we're still 1-0 up, but I'm not delusional in the fact that there is still a lot of game left to go. A lot of game left to go, as in 40 minutes plus stoppage time. And it's been nothing but Man City so far. All right, United finally with some possession and some movement here. Oh, we building something finally. All right, Rashford with it out wide. Almost wasteful there again, boys. Like, even the passing's not very crisp. We're making our own team work for it when we pass a ball. Instead of just giving them a pass that connects properly, we're just really putting them into dangerous positions. At any given time today, it feels like City has more players on the pitch than United, but it's only because they're always just right there. They're always looking to close down. They're always in the face of United, even while United, this is the most possession and string of passes we had, and then we blow it. There it is again. We played around with it for so goddamn long that we just one stupid pass, and now we're City's on the counter. Just as I was going to say, the longest we've had possession of the ball for quite some time here in this game, or maybe at all since this game kicked off, even in the first half. And then we just go make silly mistakes. But again, that's not a foul. You sure about that one, ref? I'd like to see a replay on that. Let's see here. All right, maybe there's not much in it. Rashford might have went down a little easy on that one, or just lost his footing. I'm not going to scream at the referee if I don't honestly see much of a problem with it, then I'm never going to get upset about it, even if it is something that doesn't go in favor of the team I'm rooting for. Play it fair. City now on the attack once again, flooding the box, still unable to connect with it. Manchester United pick it up and send it out of play. Oh, come on. Hey! Was he not tugged down on a break? Whoa, where's our VAR on that? I need to see that one. I mean, if he went down easy, that's one thing, but damn it, if that was a tug down, that is not right. Because that was a break. They're allowing play to continue as City now have possession, and then City go and fucking score. Of course. On what clearly looked like it should have been something called for a free kick or something, or for Man United, and now it turns around and City score off of it. Son of a bitch. A beautiful shot. Not gonna lie. Absolutely beautiful shot. Just pisses me off that we go to sleep because of the fact that we thought the call was going to go in our favor. And we just let them walk on in. And hello, Bobby Stats up in the house. How are you doing, Bobby? Thanks for joining me here on Point of View. How is your weekend going so far? How's the weather where you are too, my friend? We're experiencing quite the snow day / snow weekend here in my neck of the woods. What did somebody throw like a smoke screen thing onto the what? This is weird. So there's like a blue smoke bomb of sorts just on the pitch all of a sudden by United's goal here. Crazy. Sunny where you are. Oh, damn. I wish, my friend. I wish. We have been experiencing a winter blizzard since yesterday. There is snow up to my knees. There is snow everywhere. It is cold. It is a rough one out here in Canada today. So we now sit at 1-1 Manchester United, Manchester City. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what we got to do to get back into this because, again, this was why I said we were playing that dangerous game of allowing City too much time on the ball in our half. It's really not working in our favor. Bobby saying Matt Riddle is wrestling against a member of the World Titan Federation on the MLW tapings from February the 29th. So what's going to be able to be seen from our friends over at MLW. They are releasing that on the 16th of March on their YouTube channel. So on the 17th of March, you're going to be able to join me here, and possibly Andre C might be joining me as well that day so that we can watch MLW's I think it's called One Night in New York, if I'm not mistaken. That set of tapings is going to be coming at you in just a couple weeks' time. But it'll be interesting. Matt Riddle's been around doing a couple of things for MLW at the moment, so he's sticking it out. Probably helps to have that relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he's currently working as well too. So, that seems to be our saving grace at the moment, is working with the companies outside of MLW, because MLW's homegrown talent has definitely gone down. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is Matt Riddle's opponent. Oh boy, that's quite a matchup right there. I'm curious to see how that pans out. So sweet, we'll be able to watch that when that becomes available. We're going to be doing our watch along here on the 17th on the channel. So make sure that you're tuning into our show here for that, as well as also checking out MLW on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to their channel and turn on their notification bell, just like you do over here for us as well. We appreciate it. Thumbs up to y'all. And we're going to see Bad Dude Tito again. Sweet. I liked me some Bad Dude Tito from the other night. Bad Dude Tito, I'd never seen anything from him prior to that premium live event, the Intimidation Games, but I was very, very, very impressed with Bad Dude Tito. So happy to see we're going to get more out of him. Hopefully he'll be more involved moving forward in general, because yes, Bad Dude Tito is fantastic. He wrestled on the MLW tapings. That's awesome. I really hope that he could be at the War Chamber as well too. Again, be curious to see how many of these talents are sticking it out this summer to do the Battle Riot number 6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see in the coming months what the expectation is, who they'll announce as being part of the Battle Riot, as I'm sure they're going to start dropping some of the names leading up to that as well too. That Battle Riot is live on Saturday, June the 1st, but we are going to be doing the live watch along of that one here on Point of View on Sunday, June the 2nd. So you can choose to wait a day to watch it, or you can watch it live and then rewatch it with me right here on Point of View Sunday, June the 2nd. Andre Onana just plucked the ball out of the air. He's going to take his time, think about this. But again, we haven't had an opportunity to string much together as of late. United need to give their heads a shake, get back into this thing. We can't even get it out of our own half here. City just right on top of us every step of the way. Bad passing and out of play. Once again, this is the downfall of Manchester United in this sense. We can't string anything together, no confidence. Just mostly fortunate when it came to that first one. Janai Kai's opponent, Zoe Cannon, who we saw at Intimidation Games, is an indie wrestler. Okay. What area does she wrestle for there, Bobby? What is there any company she's known for, or what area of the world does Zoe Cannon come from? Oh man, United, get it out of there, boys. Come on. Again, nothing but pass after pass in the United half from City. Connected. They know where all their players are at the exact same time, constantly. She is from Massachusetts, is she? All right, cool. So I'd have to see if Ed is familiar with her, or if he is going to start supporting and become a fan, because, again, Ed, being from the Massachusetts area himself, would probably be very much familiar with some of the talent coming out of his area. Apparently, she was trained by Alberto Del Rio's ring announcer. That would be Jose Rodriguez, who we see on MLW all the time. So, and that would be probably why she was used in this particular matchup, because Jose, of course, is the ring announcer when Janai Kai comes out, or when any of Selena De La Renta's clients come out. So that would be a lot more explanation than what we had at the show itself. It seemed kind of weird and out of place to have that, especially at the point it was on the card. Really one of the most, I'm glad Janai Kai was on the card in some capacity, but it felt a little disjointed. The only other thing that felt really disjointed was the calling bullshit, but take that away, I liked Intimidation Games. It was one of the better things from MLW recently. Newcomer in wrestling, start wrestling just last year. Okay. Yeah. Well, it makes sense why she was put in a position to take a quick defeat from the champion, making Janai look even more badass than ever before. So good on her for doing her job. She definitely knows how to take a kick. We've established that much, but sure we'll see a lot more from Zoe Cannon in the near future. "65 minutes into the Manchester Derby, Manchester United 1, Manchester City 1. United really need these points more than ever. But again, it's going to take a miracle right now, because we just cannot seem to put something together. We seem to be half the speed of what City are. Our fastest players are being caught in no time by City players. We're in front of goal, and we still can't keep enough possession to make this count. I'm going to get to your question in just a moment there, or your comment in a moment there, Bobby. Sorry, we're just in a critical moment where United's finally got a bit of possession in the city half, but they've gone all the way back. So we're going to go over to you. They should have a wrestle against Zeta Steel or Tiara James. They could do. The only thing I'd say to that is that they've kind of already established her as someone to go out there and take an immediate fall like she did, kind of thing. So, the only thing I would probably do if you wanted to reestablish her first so that you could have her in a credible match is I'd have Zoe Cannon go out for another one of these same challenges that Janai Kai puts on the table, and this time either block or duck that kick that took her out in the first place and allow her to get some quick offense in on the champion to really kind of like fire her up like, oh shit, she's caught the champ off guard. Is she going to make it? And being that it would be that 5-minute challenge, I would have her survive till like just before the 5-minute mark where Janai finally gets her and she can't quite make it. So it would reestablish her, Zoe Cannon as being, a little bit more heart and tenacity, ready to go in that sense. She did her best to do her homework on the champion and came in stronger this time. If you did that, you could reestablish her in a way that then you could have some reasonable matches with Zeta Steel or Tiara James. But you do know that means that in doing so, she would still be the one taking the fall to Tiara or Zeta because they're more established star-wise. Speaking of Zeta Steel, stay tuned because, of course, very soon, Zeta Steel going to be part of the show Astrid Asks. So Zeta is going to be answering questions from Astrid Pizarro on her show. So if you want to learn more about MLW's featherweight future champion, possibly, you can do so very, very soon. Bobby saying it was first time in MLW in the women's featherweight division. Yeah. And those featherweights, I mean, again, like to get more and more out there, see what they can do. It's like we are getting a switch here for Manchester United. Johnny Evans is coming off. I believe our young center back might be coming in. Yeah, Willie Kambwala. Kambwala is coming in to the pitch. Come on, Kambwala, show him what you can do, young man. Let's see if you help change up this game. Bobby mentioning that Richard Holiday was on the MLW tapings as well, too. It's kind of wild. Like, they brought him back with all that they did, put him into the title picture. And since then, it's just been one step back each time for Holiday. Holiday's a name. I mean, Holiday should really be wrestling on the premium live events, in my opinion. Especially considering, like, sometimes when we get this filler stuff that's just unnecessary or these segments are unnecessarily, put a few solid matchups. Just, make a solid card every time and go for it. That's your premium live event. Worry about all the silliness from segments and all that kind of jazz for the pre-tapes. That's where it's going to be more effective. I say for the actual premium live events, go for a solid wrestling card, keep it within that 2-hour time structure and use your stars on it, and then get them doing double duty. Have them work some stuff for the pre-tapes. You can have a lot more pre-tape matches. You can control that narrative the way you want it. So just give them Matt Riddle, and they could. Matt Riddle and Holiday could be a good lockup. Better be careful, Bobby. You're putting those things out into the air, and the MLW's listening to you, my friend. They might just end up making that happen. 70 minutes into the Manchester Derby, Manchester City won, Manchester United won. That means we got another 20 minutes of regular play plus referee stoppage time to decide this one. Currently a tie game. I'd take a tie over a loss, that's for sure, but it sure was feeling nice while we had the lead on Manchester City. Be even better if Manchester United somehow could find a miracle and pop in another one. That would be friggin' great. I never predicted Sami Callihan coming to MLW. Yeah, I didn't see that one as a need to get him back or that it was going to happen because he's been there. I felt like he went out with a lot of the old guard that was there that just people I didn't care for and the types of matches that they have. And then all of a sudden just reappears and he's back to bringing in the types of matches I just don't care for. He hasn't had a match in MLW since coming back that wasn't gimmicked or turned into a gimmick. That's all it's been. And that's what I dislike. I really dislike wrestlers whose whole reliance is on gimmicky matchups. Bobby wants to know my thoughts on Shawn Spears being back in WWE on NXT. You know, I think Spears is very capable. I just don't know that I personally care that much. And it's not that I dislike Spears. It's just that, again, he comes out, it's a chair attack. He's the chairman, so now he's got to use chairs every time. It's a gimmick thing for the sake of gimmicking kind of thing, and I'm just not sold on it. I want to see it be a benefit. I want to see him do good. I want to see strong competition because there, in terms of his in-ring ability, when he brings it, there is some quality matchups to be said about him in NXT. I just don't know. I'm that excited about that particular return right now, and I'll hold my reservations for now. To be honest with you, Bobby, I'm waiting to see how it pans out. Wait to see what their plans are. I think Spears is very capable. I just don't know what it's going to do or bring to the table for NXT at the moment. What are your thoughts, my friend? 73 minutes in, Manchester City continues to push on the attack here. Onana plucks it out of the sky, possession back in the hands of our friends at Manchester United. Bobby saying he hopes that Shawn Spears wins a belt in NXT. All right, my next question for you then, Bobby, is going to be, do you want Shawn Spears to be put into the NXT championship picture? Do you want him to form a tag team? Or would you like to see him as the North American champion? And do you believe that he's the guy that needs to take out Obafemi? Or do you believe that Shawn Spears would be a great guy to put Obafemi even more over? Going right to that North American Championship. Okay. All right. So tell me about this. Do you believe that he's the guy that dethrones Obafemi then? No way. We just pulled off Rashford for Anthony. This is terrible. No, we just took our goal scorer off for like one of the world's worst players. How could we do this shit? No. Did we just piss this game away already? We're just like, no, come on, score against us and make us lose another 3 points. What is Ten Hag thinking? What a stupid move. Wow. Apparently, Eric Ten Hag did not go to the school of learning how to win things. Bobby saying that he could win the NXT North American Championship in the future when Obafemi is ready for the NXT Championship. Could be a little bit of a wait, though, too. Do you think that they're going to keep Shawn Spears in NXT for a long period of time, considering how long he was there previously and the fact that now he's spent some time outside of the company on AEW? Do you think that he's a long-term solution for NXT, or is this a short-term thing to, give the rub to a couple of the champions like an Obafemi or anything like that prior to them just putting him right into the mix of the main roster itself? You think so? Okay. All right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, if he's ready to help NXT and he's looking to do some good over there and he's ready to win some belts, then let's go. Long term it is then. Okay. I'm with you. We'll mark it down on our calendars that at March the 3rd, the team of Bobby and Bobby had this conversation about Shawn Spears' future with NXT. We're going to see where we're at as we follow Shawn Spears' return to the WWE/NXT. And what will his role at Stand and Deliver be? You know, you can find out, though, is by checking out Taking Over every Tuesday night here on our local establishment, as well as on WrestleMania weekend. You know that Stand and Deliver is going to be covered for previews, for reviews, as we're going to have a whole lot of stuff going on here that weekend. I know that we're going to be covering the Supercard of Honor. We're going to be covering Stand and Deliver. We're going to be covering WrestleMania Nights 1 and Nights 2 here on the channel as well, too. So you're pretty much going to have OLE all weekend long with you come WrestleMania weekend. He could wrestle against Ridge Holland. Again, that'd be a solid one, I believe. I haven't seen Ridge for a little while. I know I've been listening in to hear the reviews about what's been going on with him. Seems like he's in a prime position within NXT at the moment. So I don't get a lot of time for watching NXT, to be honest with you, these days, Bobby. So my only knowledge of what's going on in NXT typically is from anything I've seen on YouTube clips or else what I find out on Taking Over on Tuesdays. We go into a review for a potential foul. I believe that was an onside call for sure. But are we reviewing for the tackle the keeper on Garnacho? Ooh, there might be argument for a penalty here. There could be argument for a penalty. Bobby saying Stardom have a show during WrestleMania weekend. Well, if they got a show too, who knows? We would probably, well, I mean, of course, on the Friday night, you're going to have the Japanese wrestling update with Andre and Melball. So I'm sure something will be around that weekend if Stardom got a review. You know, for sure it'll be covered over at Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk, I believe, on their own personal channel. So stay tuned for that. But lots going on WrestleMania weekend, of course. April the 4th, Bobby is mentioning there. So that would be, okay, so on the Thursday night, technically, is when they're starting that. So festivities get running early there in Philly come WrestleMania weekend. Of course, on the 4th, you'll be able to join us right here on our local establishment as we will be doing something for Ring Respect Radio. We'll see what it is. I believe it's the weekend before that, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of March here, Bobby, the next MLW encounter, the War Chamber. I believe that one's on a Friday night too, if I'm not mistaken. And there's the second goal for City. Oh, it happened. No, I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true when we scored the opening goal. If I had a soul, I'd cry right now. MLW War Chamber, yes, that is the next event, and it is on a Friday, as Bobby's saying. Oh, fuck. 80 minutes into this game, and City 2-1. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. Let's see this goal again, sadly. Oh, how did we let that through? Stressful. See, first Mother Nature takes a dump of snow on me, and now Manchester City take a dump on my Saturday by possibly costing my team the win. Bobby saying that on MLW War Chamber pictures on their website, it shows Matt Riddle and Satoshi Kojima will be there, along with Mods Cruel Kruger as well too. So, yeah, I believe I'm almost guaranteeing that War Chamber matchup is going to end up being Azteca Lucha versus Promociones del Rado. So it'd be a team from both sides of the fence. Possibly. For a while there, I thought the World Titan Federation might be involved, but it seems to be leaning the other direction. So I'm really not too sure at the moment, but that's kind of where I'm leaning towards the War Chamber match itself. This is the least certainty I've had about the War Chamber match and who's going to be in it since they started doing the War Chamber matchups. Yeah, 8 minutes left in regular play here, plus referee stoppage time. Man United need to do something if they want to salvage even a point out of this damn thing. Looking forward to seeing which other matches get announced for the War Chamber and the tapings too. Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a packed house there, not only from the fans, but from a roster standpoint as well. There's a lot of expectation on there being a bolstered up lineup, so we'll see what happens. Find out who Kojima's opponent's going to be. All right, and again, in our attacking half, City passing around, making light work of this game. Put that up on the screen there. Bobby saying, looking forward to Astrid's interview with Zeta Steel coming up. Yes, again, I don't know if the taping of that has happened just yet, Bobby. So, again, the opportunity to get some questions in. You just have to message Astrid if you want to get those in. But she will be interviewing MLW Zeta Steel on Astrid Asks. So, make sure you're checking that out once that happens. So, great that Zeta Steel is getting out there and doing some of these interviews. And, as always, support women's wrestling, as the saying goes. '84th minute, still 2-1 here. I can't believe Foden has caused us so much problems today. Nearing the end of the match here. Pretty close anyway. Well, yeah, that is awesome, my friend. Curious to see how long the stoppage time goes, but I don't foresee any luck going the way of my Manchester United team here and turning this Sunday around, so it's going to be a rough one. Zeta Steel has been doing great on MLW and the indie scene. Again, came in looking like a star immediately, talking like a star. Still a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she's young and new in the business, and she's not, quite at that level that she'll get to eventually. But that's the nice thing about MLW and some of the independents is that you get to see the stars of tomorrow as they develop and progress and learn more. And she's catching on very, very quick, which is great to see. She wrestled against Angelina Love before, and that's what she needs. She needs experienced opponents in order to really, start to figure out how to do things properly. Not saying that, again, that's nothing against her wrestling ability, but the more you learn from the top people, the more you will gain that experience and be able to carry that on into your own work as well too. So that's awesome to see her getting those opportunities. We are now deep into stoppage time. Not looking very good for Manchester United at this point in time. Very much looking like this is going to be a 2-1 finish in the end, but we will hang on to the bitter end to find out. She wrestled against other wrestlers from AEW and from TNA as well too. You bet. And speaking of TNA's Sacrifice is going to be coming up this Friday. And yeah, we've heard the news. Alexander Hammerstone, your boy Hammer, has officially signed with TNA Wrestling and is going to be there. I believe he's taking on Josh Alexander again. So another rematch, an epic rematch to their original encounter this year. Man, what a get for TNA. Your boy Hammer is going to be over there killing it for some time on their side of the fence. A future champion. I believe that's what they got on their hands. All right, game continues to be 2-1 here into stoppage time. Again, not looking overly favorable in United's way. They just have not managed to click anything together, so don't foresee anything happening here. But again, we're hanging on for dear life. Just like the TNA roster will be if they're ever put into the Nightmare Pendulum, right? As Bobby's saying, Hammerstone is great. He certainly is, my friend. Been a big Hammerstone fan for quite some time. And it doesn't hurt that the guy shares the same birthday with me, albeit that he is a little bit more on the younger side than I am. Forget what exact age Hammerstone is, but I've got at least a couple few years on him. I'm certain of that. What is he? Born 1991. So yeah, he's 33. So yeah, I got I got some years on him in the form of about 8. You got a recommendation for me to check out from the indie scene. All right, Bobby, I've got my paper here. I got my pen here. I'm asking you, friend, who you got for me? Who are we checking out from the indie scene? I'm all ears or eyes. Again, stoppage time continues. Not much going on here to report. Looking like this game is going to end up getting called sooner rather than later. Ah, shit. Another goal for City. Wonderful. Well, it's all but over now. What can I say? What can I say? Bobby's recommendations. Vicious Vicky, who I've heard that name. I believe there was a time on Busted Open Radio or something that we ended up having, or I heard about Vicious Vicky on there. I believe she was a guest talking about an indie show And then you got Angel Metro as the other one. I am writing it right down, my friend. Check out, and I will check those two out, and I will let you know sometime soon on stream what I think of their work as well. So definitely check in with me. But we're this deep into stoppage time. It's now 3-1 City, and I am throwing in the towel. I am done. I cannot take any more of this Manchester United pain. I need to try to have a happy Sunday, and I'm not going to do it if I keep thinking about this loss that we've suffered again. Unfortunate, as always, but it is what it is. That's going to be it for me, though, on Point of View. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. Bobby saying, I see potential of them in the women's featherweight division MLW. Thumbs up, my friend. I will check them out, let you know what I think, and I'll probably agree there with you because we share a lot of the same values in that sense. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for tuning in to Point of View. As you know, that is my ticker down below if you want to reach out to me or if you want to follow me on my personal Twitch channel, _Bobby Munson. That's the way you can do it. You can check me out here during the week, Thursday night, as we're going to be doing Ring Respect Radio. Ring Respect Radio is going to be coming at you with a trip through the territories, talking about the Calgary area and Stampede Wrestling, the Hart family. And we're going to have special guest on the show, Rachel Ling, who's been doing wrestling photography and documenting of Stampede Wrestling and the Hart family for decades. This is a very knowledgeable guest that we're bringing onto the show, who's going to bring a lot of information and a lot of stories that you have not heard before. So make sure to tune in this Thursday night to Ring Respect Radio. That's going to be it, though. I'm Bobby Munson. Thank you for tuning in to Point of View, and I will see you again next Sunday. Take care, everyone.